Hello and welcome to the Slip Sis YouTube channel. I'm Jay, and that's
Abs.
then that's chewing. Still chewing. Strong start. Why did you take a bite when I said we're gonna start?
Thought it was going to take you longer to click.
What's your name?
Gabs.
And welcome to our YouTube channel. We're so excited that you're here. This is episode 51 of our podcast. Today is Saturday, November
Mhm.
16th. Coming to you from our opposite ends of California. And we've got a lot in store for you, but the most important thing is that we're fast so that Gabrielle doesn't get interrupted by her family. So I think we're gonna jump right in. All of our stuff's below. Yeah. You got any design things you got to talk about?
Nope.
Sweet. Okay. Shall we do stuffed items to begin the FOs?
Yes, I have two.
I have three.
All right, so it's you then.
I'll go. Okay. Are we alternating? Are we doing all of Chaley's stuffed items, all of Gab's stuffed items?
All Chaley.
Also,
All
this is all of the Christmas presents.
nice. Good.
Okay, so I have been in the chicken frenzy deeply still. So this is chicken number one that got finished in the past 2 weeks.
I like her beak.
Thank you. It also matches her comb and her stitching because we kind of ran out. All of these chickens were made from like generally scraps with like one of my like kind of something like this, like a larger like partial to how to finish out the skein because I had a lot of pink scraps left over from my long pink granny square cardigan. So I was trying to use all of those up. So here's one. Um, and I've decided to make chickens for my entire office. So I have about 12 I have to make. I already have five though. So I'm feeling highly confident
Cooking.
about this. And then I also have these other chickies. She's got more of a gray tone to her. So she's a little moodier. Um,
Hmm.
my next chick here. And then I have this one who's a little bit more of like an Easter pastel. So, eh, eh.
Are they all pink?
Yeah, because I used all the extras from my pink. Well, they're like different kind flavors of pink.
Oh, okay. I
Look,
like it.
the office is gonna get what they get.
Get what you get and you don't have a fit.
Exactly. Your turn.
All right. So Chaley requested a gnome. So I checked out. I'm a big fan of local libraries. It's like my favorite place. I checked out the gnomes of Grimblewood from the library. I actually had to do Link Plus, so I had to get it from another county's library. Um, that's my pro tip. If your library doesn't have it, click on the little box that says Link Plus, and another library should have it, at least in the US. I have no idea if this works worldwide, but in the US, I know it works. But this is Chaley's little gnome. I had some arm issues. I had to remake the arms because the arms looked flimsy at first. And my husband so helpfully said, "You can't give a wimpy armed gnome to your sister. She doesn't have wimpy arms." So Chaley does not have wimpy arms. So I made the biggest version. I cabled him. Man, this sucked. I don't I don't recommend the cabled hat. It's a lot of cabling. See, all the way around. Full 360 cabling. He's also gigantic, right? This is my head. This is the gnome. I only know how to make big things. Big gnomes, big chickens, big kids. Like my daughters were abnormally large children.
Big trouble.
Yeah, big trouble, big drama. That's probably on my drama teacher. It has a little tassel on the end, to add a little bit more oomph because it wasn't big enough,
Wasn't
right?
enough.
So the yarn is, I think this is Sabrina from Junk Yarn, who is sadly stopping dyeing as of like January 1st, maybe, or January 20th, but I
I
think
think
that's just
so.
the inauguration. So January 1st. So if you want to shop their shop, you should do that. The body is Desert Vista Dye Works, which is something about Easter peeps or something. It's Chaley's.
Is the Peeps one?
It's the peeps one. The little features, which we call Daniel colored skin, is Forbidden Fiber Company, and the beard is Lion Brands Merino, which they are also sadly phasing out, which is upsetting.
Ah.
I also tacked his beard to him so he has a little so his beard continues the curve. And I also added shoes
Oh,
and
I love his shoes.
just to piss my sister off, they don't match.
Okay. Thank you for pointing that out. I didn't notice.
She didn't notice, and now that's all she's gonna see when she sees her little gnome. But then remember my arm saga, I made wimpy arms. So a normal person would either just unravel it or just throw that tiny little one single too small arm away, but that's not how Gabs works.
Don't waste.
So I have made her a travel version for because Chaley's a travel no, a travel gnome, a traveler. And this one I named for her. This is Topher, the traveling gnome, because we're Catholic and Saint Christopher is the patron saint of travelers. So Topher is the patron gnome of travelers. It's all the same. It's all the same, like yarn. I did do a different beard because the other beard was giving me drama. So I wanted to try something different. And the gnome construction is a little bit different, but I love this book. It's so fun. I'm making another gnome. I've already picked it out. I love making gnomes. I do weight them down. I make a little pocket out of fabric and then put rice in it and then sew the pocket back up. And that's how he stays like not,
Seated.
yeah. They're still a little wobbly, especially when you make them top heavy, but it at least keeps it kind of like a weevil. So those are my two stuffed objects, and I love them.
Me too.
Gnomes are.
I have socks.
I have a hat.
Okay, I'll go first.
Okay.
All right, so I have also been trying to, the priority has been to do the fished things, and hopefully simultaneously helping me stash down, which is also working. So I've got the chickens that are working, and then I've made 2 pairs of socks. So I think I had these cast on last time. These I cast on during my trip. They're getting a little bit blown out because it's very bright at this current juncture in time. But these are mermaid shells from Dragon Horde Yarn is the yarn. It's a fingering weight, and I did my usual like 9-inch circs afterthought heel, the whole shebangle. And I'm probably going to donate these because I have too many socks. So we will put them in the donate pile. Along with these bad boys, which are pretty fun. My students loved them because I was working on these when we were at Six Flags. So we did tour guide Six Flags, and I finished like almost most of the tube while I was standing in the line for X2, which we didn't even get to go on, but that's fine. What are you going to do with 20 college students at Six Flags? So these are from one of my Yarnables. I don't remember which month, but it is called Neon Graffiti. And I kind of love these socks. I feel like these are definitely leading into that like 90s nostalgia that everyone's really into. But these will also probably be donation socks because I don't need that. I'm wearing knitted socks right now because it's part of my Christmas themed outfit for today, but my feet get too hot because I live in LA and it becomes 70 degrees most days. So another donation pair. These are DK though. So these were my vanilla DK, still an afterthought heel, but I use US 3s.
Excellent. Oh, so I'm still being a big fan of my local library. I checked out Knitting California by Nancy Bates. It's another book, bless you. And I also requested the book for Christmas, but I needed the book now. So I checked out the book from the library. It's also a link plus because I am convinced that someone at the purchaser at San Jose Public Library doesn't like knitting because they haven't bought any new knitting and crochet books in like 5 years. Like none of the recent publications have them, but someone in San Francisco loves it because I've gotten a bunch of great books from Link Plus through San Francisco. So I'm really trying to manifest this purchaser at San Jose Public doing a better job of getting library books. I request them. I like put them in and be like suggestions, but they ignore me. So that's fine. But I'm getting Knitting California for Christmas for my in-laws. But I made this hat. It's so cute. I love it so much.
Put on your head.
I don't want to. It's all blocked very nicely right now.
Oh, come on, Gabs.
It is it's the monarchs of California, so it's monarch butterflies. Monarch butterflies, I don't think they overwinter here, but like we're a stop. Like the California coast is a stop for monarch butterflies on their migration. Butterfly migration. Um so there's lots of monarch butterfly grows. Mom used to take us to see them, and this is for a little girl, not my girls. And the yarn is the black is patent Croy. The gray is the same gray of the gnome beards. So that's like Lion Brand Merino. The yellow and the orange are vintage Barocco sock, which was the remnants of my coasting along socks. And then I ran out of the orange yarn. Who's surprised? And this top little orange bit here is from my There's No Crying in Baseball fangirl fibers.
Mm,
I will say though, here's my critique of the book. She gives stitch gauge, but not row gauge. So,
mm,
and she doesn't tell you how long your hat's supposed to be. So, like a
mm.
lot of hat patterns say like knit to 8 inches or whatever that is in centimeters. Like 20 centimeters or something. Knit to 8 inches and then starts the decrease. So you can kind of adjust if your gauge is off, because sometimes you can get stitch gauge but not row gauge, but she doesn't give you that. So for both hats I've made of hers, I've made the Death Valley hat and I've made this one. I've had to add at least 10 more rows to the hat, to the depth of the
Mm.
hat to make it fit even my head. Cause I was trying it on my head. I was like, this is too small. And I have a very tiny head. So that's my critique of it, is that I wish she gave both row gauge and stitch gauge. But I still like the book. Now I just add rows. I think the smarter solution is to just make a bigger cuff
Ah,
instead of, because like I had to add I added more rows in color work chart, so I had to like fudge what the row was going to be and make sure it lined up. So theoretically I should have just made a like an inch bigger cuff. So that's what I'm going to do from now on. She usually recommends like an inch and a half cuff. I think I'm just going to go for 3 every time.
I
Plus
love a big nice band though on a hat.
I think it's easier anyway because I do my cuffs knit to purl to. That's way easier than like 3 orange, 1 black, orange, ladder back to car. Like that's right. You can knit 2 purl 2 with,
With the best of them.
yeah. So, but I really liked it. Her designs are beautiful. I think next year I'm going to try and like knit through the whole book because my in-laws, they're like, they love traveling and outdoorsiness. I'm not an outdoorsy girl. I am indoorsy. Um, and I've got a couple colleagues that are pretty outdoorsy. So I'm like, these might be great presents. And I just get to knit California. It's great. I do recommend the book. It is also like half price now at Target.
Nice.
That that's all I have for FOs, Bay.
Same girl.
Okay, what you got for
I
whips?
got 2 whips.
I have 3, but one of them's at school, so I got 2.
Okay, I got a garment and a sock.
I got a blanket and a garment. Do your sock first.
Okay, yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. So I've got this in my very, holiday themed shark bag that I think this was before you had the business. So daddy bought me that made this one for me. This was a pro bono. As
I
a
used to have sock bags I used to have that shark color, but I sold.
sweet. Okay, so I am working on a sock right now. Look at this. Isn't this fun?
I do like it. What yarn is that?
Oh, I'm so glad you asked. This is Farmer's Daughter Fibers, and it's called, now I've forgotten it because in my mind it's called Crow Canyon. It's called Crow Camp. Crow Camp. But
Oh, where'd you get it?
I bought it when we were in Utah at
Oh,
the
yeah.
one of the local yarn stores. It was in there, like they had a whole room of sale stuff, and this one was like half price. So it's DK, and I'm making these as donation socks. Yeah, so and I kind of like how it's like striping a little bit. It feels like a nice winter sock. Also, I don't usually use blue, so like I felt like I should mix it up because I've really been in the pink zone. Um, so I'm wait till you see the sweater that I've been working on, really in the pink zone. So this is the palette cleanser. But I thought it was kind of like all the blues, so I put my little stitch marker, my stitch marker on it with my like this, and then I have it in this other one that you probably don't have any more of, which is
Oh, I
my,
haven't put them on. Oh, yeah, no.
no,
No,
this
I
was
sold
an
those
old
too.
one. This was my Stitch Cozy. But we'll have some exciting ones coming because I have some fabrics. Oh, I guess I should go grab those to show them. That will be coming to the shop soon. I'll go get them while you do your your stuff?
Okay, so I did the grannies all in one. I bought that like almost a year ago now. When it first came out, and I'm making crochet jackets for my daughter. So this is for my youngest. It's super
Oh, I
cute.
love it.
Thank you.
Sorry.
It's called like punch or something, like some party punch. So this is for Eleanor. There's no pattern. I'm just winging it. So it's a little bit too short for her. So I want to add more length to it, but I only have two skeins of the grannies all in one. And I need to make her sisters. So I'm making her sisters first and then seeing what I have left over to add to the bottom for Eleanor's. Um, I'm also really trying to not finish one child's sweater before starting together. Like I'm trying to finish them both at the same time. So there isn't like Lenny gets to wear hers for a week and Lottie doesn't. So this is Eleanor's almost done. It just needs like the finishing. I'm gonna knit the cuffs because crochet, maybe I'm doing it wrong, but crochet ribbing is not nearly as stretchy and doesn't return to its shape the way knitting does. So I'm knitting the cuffs for Lenny. She's super excited about it. Lenny is the most knit-worthy kid. She wears her knitwear to death. She loves it. They get holes in it and it's perfect. Lottie is all right with it. She'll wear it, but it's not nearly as much as her sister. So I guess it's like technically two whips because I've started Lottie's, but not really. Like I'm counting them as one big whip. They're their Christmas presents for the girls. But I do like the grannies all in one. It is not perfect at all. The yarn, oftentimes is in like I've got purple, right? I ran out and it started the next one. It bleeds, it does not make perfect granny squares. Like, see this transition, it's not clean at all. It's also only like $6. So and I really don't like
Even,
weaving ends. So the color
yeah.
changes bother me less than the end weaving. But if you're a person that the color changes is more important to you, you're going to have to switch your colors. Like it's not going to be perfect. It's something that's mass produced, mass manufactured. One, it's based on off of a control of gauge.
Right.
So I don't think the critique is warranted because I don't think people are taking into consideration. Like it's not going to be perfect for every single person's gauge.
Right.
But I never get gauged, so I think I'm a lot more forgiving when things don't get gauged. So I'm like, okay, just make some
I
adjustments.
also think we're still on our phase of being good enough knitters
Oh,
and
100%.
crocheters.
Good enough. You can get about 13 to 14 squares out of the ball. They promise you at least 10. I got 13 out of it, which is perfect. Ideally, I would like 14 because if I got 14, I would have enough squares to add a second band to Lenny. But they say it's like guaranteed 10 and up to 14. So hopefully I get 14 on Lottie's too, and then we're good to go. But if not, I'll make it work. I might like do white, do white squares. I have some white yarn that I'm using for the joining and the edging, and that's what I'm doing. Chaley also bought me some grannies all in one for myself. So I'm going to make myself a matching, like a matching jacket, but I'm considering my edging being black instead of white. So it's
Yeah.
a little bit more muted.
Or you could get hot pink.
That's true too. All right, what you making?
Oh, speaking of hot pink, I'm glad you asked. So I have picked up my weekender and have made significant progress. This is going to be done before the end of the year, for sure. For sure. It's November 16th. I have a month and a half. I got this. I'm
You
already on
got
the
it.
sleeve. Plus, you know I'm not doing full length sleeves.
No, we don't
Who
do
you
that.
talking to? I'm not even gonna keep it. I took me this long and I'm gonna donate the thing because I'm like, I'm not gonna wear that. So here I am making this. This is my weekender. Woo! I think that's the back. This is the front. You can't really tell the difference. There's like, it's really hard to tell in this lighting and with this yarn, but there's like a little front seam
Oh, yes,
detail.
yes, yes, yes.
Um, and then there's like the ribbing across the top, and then I messed up on the back. You're supposed to do some like slip stitch things. You can kind of see how there's like you see the like lines across there.
Yeah.
Yeah. See how there's no lines across there?
Yeah, but nobody can tell that.
Yeah, forgot that part because I already started binding it off. I'm like, I'm not going back because I had to learn how to do a single needle Kitchener bind off. And I was like, well, I don't know how to reverse it. So that happened. I did 3 needle bind off for the tops of the sleeves. I hope that's what it's supposed to look like. And then I've started the sleeve. So this basically you knit it inside out, and then when you put it together, you flip it. But then the sleeves are in plain stockinette, which I think is gonna make it even crazier because even the flashing is gonna get even crazier. Um,
Whoa, buddy.
yeah. So I'm going to give this one for donation because I don't honestly wear mine that much. It honestly would be kind of cute as just like a top too. And then I did change the pattern a little bit when I was knitting, like, because you do round, 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 and then you do front and then back. As I was doing the back, I wanted to make it easier for me to like pick up the sleeve stitches. So I did like, when you like,
At the slip stitch.
yeah.
Yeah.
So it's not perfect because it's not enough for how many you have to pick up for the sleeves. So I just kind of like doubled on them, but it made it all a lot easier just picking it up. Also, I don't care if it's a little bunchy. So yeah, but I'm started the sleeve. I stopped, I was just start working on it, but I stopped because I think I have to start the decreases, but I can't remember how much you're supposed to do between the decreases. So I'm gonna look at that. But somehow doing the top went significantly faster than doing the body. I had to do short rows too and all this ribbing, and so, but I made it. The yarn is Honolulu from Destination Yarn, and this is so far I've used one full skein. This is how much I have left of the second skein. I'm probably going to need to crack into the third one for the sleeve, but that's okay, and I'll take it.
Awesome. So I am making the baby blanket. I really like it. It is the Tranquility blanket. It's not a mystery yet. I guess it's just a crochet along. It's like a 6-week crochet along. And I was like, great, a blanket in 6 weeks. That sounds perfect for me. And it's striped. I think this is like the third or fourth year. It's made by Goody and then like Foxden. Maybe it's Fox Loops. And they host it on their blog. So I'm making it for a colleague at work who's having a baby, and I double checked with her, like her counterpart, and I was like, "When's the baby shower?" She's like, "Oh, probably December." I'm like, "Perfect. Like I'll have Thanksgiving weekend." Yeah, no, the baby shower is Thursday, but the crochet along doesn't end until Thanksgiving. So I am furiously crocheting. And I'm gonna put my own border on it. I kind of looked at the picture. I was like, looks like a moss stitch. I can probably just do this myself. So one more stripe. I'm adding one more stripe, which comes out Monday, and then I have to pop the border on and get it all like blocked out by the baby showers at school on Thursday. So it's exciting, but here it is. So it's like a color block. So it's white, gray, and then black. So it's kind of like a modern style baby blanket instead of like the paley pastellies. She's having a boy. So I wasn't really sure what her colors were in terms of that. And I wanted to have kind of babyish colors in it, but not too much. So that's what these interior like stripes are. So they're coming out really cute. The white is a Lion Brand mystery. My mother-in-law and I bought like a mystery pack last year. That's what the gray is. And then the black is a mix of a bunch of different blacks because true to form, I ran out of yarn. I ran out of yarn. I've run out of yarn 4 times on this blanket right now. I had to ask dad to bring me some black. So because the last stripe doesn't come out till Monday and I have to put an entire border on it, I'm doing this ludicrous thing called I'm going to start the border. So I'm going to start the border right here, even though I have more to do. So I'm going to start the border here, go all the way around the long perimeter and stop the border here. And then I'm going to start another row of the border. So I'll have done the border on theoretically almost 3 sides so that by the time I've finished the fifth stripe on Monday, Tuesday, I can quickly pop the rest of the short border on. My students I may not be teaching Monday when I'm like trying to finish this.
Movie day.
Yeah, what do we call it? Work day, catch up day. which they're working on documentaries anyway, so they're all kind of catch-up days. But I was like, but the problem is it's a full-size blanket, so it's not like I can walk around and crochet with it. It's yeah, yeah, this is not great. So I don't like to crochet on a deadline because I'm not very fast. I'd
Mm,
say I'm an average speed crocheter and I'm a decently fast knitter, but my crochet is not that fast. So
faster crocheter than I am a knitter.
no, I'm definitely a much faster knitter. I can also do more complicated things knitting and not looking and that
Mm,
kind of thing. Like I can do it by feel a lot easier than I can do. I've been knitting way longer than I've been crocheting. I learned how to crochet when I was like 21. I'm 33 now. And I learned how to knit when I was like 5. So I think my brain just does it faster. But I'm working on it. I'm cruising. That's why I really think I'm going to lose this turkey trot with my sister because she's a much faster crocheter.
I also memorized like half the pattern.
Oh, here's what I know. Crochet 10 rows.
Oh, that you mean like step number 6?
I don't even know the steps before it, Shay.
I have the comb memorized, the belly pieces memorized, the tails memorized, the crochet 10.
And row, I got you.
And then I have the belly and the chest memorized. The part I don't have is the neck and the head.
Oh, that one's a little bit tricky.
It like the numbers don't
It's
like
it's not an intuitive. The other parts of the
yeah.
pattern are like multiples of 3 or like multiples of something.
Once I remember like what the first one is, I'm like, and then it goes to like 17, 19, 21. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Shall we talk about the turkey trot?
I have acquisitions actually,
Oh,
unless you
me
want to do
too.
that first.
Wow, let's just do the turkey trot and then we do our acquisitions.
Okay.
So, Shaylee and I are doing
Surprise,
things
surprise.
over Thanksgiving. We're doing so usually a turkey trot, at least in our area, is a race, like a foot race. Um, and it's at least from Wyatt and I, it's usually like a fun run. It's like a 5K or 10K or something casual. So we're not doing one this year. Mostly because only Shaylee and I are really the only runners in our family.
And I think it's
And
called
Shaylee.
turkey trot because like usually whoever wins the race would actually walk away with a turkey.
Yeah, which would be stressful if that's how you were banking on getting your Thanksgiving turkey.
Yeah.
So they do it, at least at what I remember, is we did it in middle school, I
Mhm.
think is when it came. And it was and this is the early 2000s. So we were split up by gender. And the fastest girl and the fastest boy from each grade level got a turkey. And the second place got pumpkin pie, I
And
think.
inflation got crazy because we all got plastic medals if you got first place. And then I complained because I got the fastest time for girls for our whole school. And I'm like, you're not going to give me anything. So Mr. Sorensen had to go get me a pie.
Oh, well, what? Well, apparently the difference in 5 years. No, you came home with a turkey. Um,
I didn't have a turkey.
no, no,
Oh,
no, like you as a
the
general
royal
person.
you.
Yeah. So kids would come home with a turkey. I think it actually ended up being really heartbreaking because there were kids who were, if they didn't win the race, their family didn't have Thanksgiving turkey. So it was so much pressure, right? Like it was a lot of pressure to win the race because some kids were middle schoolers and just wanted to win, right? Because you want to be competitive. But for some kids, it was like, if I don't do well, like my family doesn't have Thanksgiving dinner. So maybe that's why they did away with it because my year was pretty rough. But they did it in high school too. I'm not that fast of a runner. So I was like, middle of the pack and I didn't really like hustle. We do it at our school too, but I
Well, what's
don't
neat
know.
of the timing of it for me was I was a cross country runner and it came at the end of the season. So I
Oh,
was in tip top 5K shape where I was like, like I could cook on that race.
yeah. I think we get shirts at our school now, like if you finish.
Mm.
But the teachers, we get it if we just finish. So we can walk our turkey trot, which is fine. But Shayla and I didn't want to run or didn't want to do the running portion of it. We'll probably run because of our step challenge. Um, so instead, we are going to race each other on who can make the most chickens, right? But they're turkeys, right? They're turkeys for Thanksgiving. It starts Sunday, November 24th at 9 p.m. Pacific, and it runs until Sunday, December 1st at 9 p.m. Pacific. So we are blitzing turkeys. And basically we've got like two rules. We have to use the same pattern. So it's the Emotional Support Chicken by Annette Corsino. Um, you don't have to stuff it, right? Because Shaylee can't go back with a bunch of stuffed chickens. That's not going to work. So it's like carcass, right? I guess it's not even carcasses. I guess it's skin, right? Like
It's
chicken skin,
disgusting, but
just the
yes.
skin. And then Shaylee doesn't do this thing, the waddle. So she doesn't have to do the waddle. Um, but if she beats me, I'll say it's well because you didn't have to do the waddles. That's
You
really,
also don't have to do the waddle.
yeah, I don't have to do the waddle either,
Well,
but
because what you could do theoretically is not do the waddles until we're done.
that's true.
You
That's
can
true.
show on the waddle on the exterior anyways.
Yes. So we're that's what we're doing. We've got a couple people who we're going to make an Instagram group chat. So you can hear we'll chat about our progress and
Well,
that
I'm
kind
going
of
dead
thing.
silent. There will be no participating in the group chat because I will be too busy whooping you.
Yeah, Shaylee has to work though.
Yes, I do have to do my job. Thank you.
Shaylee has to work and I do not. I don't teach Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday. I do have both my daughters, but so we'll see how that goes.
You
But
also don't teach Thursday and Friday as well.
oh, yeah, but you don't work Thursday and Friday either. Shaylee also has to travel. I don't know if she's going to knit. Are you going to try and crochet a chicken on the plane?
No, because it's a 45-minute flight. So I feel like by the time I like got all the stuff out, I'd have to like put it away. And it's not unless you're in the crochet 10, it's not a great pattern for like putting down and picking back up unless you're finishing a section.
Yeah, I find that I have to keep my sections organized. So, what's your strategy, Che? Are you going to have a strategy or you're just going to go?
Well, here's what I think I want to do. I actually think I'm going to be better off on the days where I'm here
Hmm.
because I don't have people talking to me for a lot of them. So I do have tour guides giving that Monday evening, so I'm gonna lose some time there. But like I work from home mostly Monday and Tuesday, so if I can finish all my stuff earlier, then I get that time to crochet. And I think if I can finish a chicken Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, that gives me three as a base. And then with Thursday through Sunday, because Thursday is Thanksgiving Day, and I guess like I don't have to do that much because I'm just kind of the entertainment. At Friday, I'm busy because that's when I go Black Friday shopping with Daddy, and then Mom and I will decorate. Saturday, we have to drag our butts down to you for the hockey game. Well, we're both totally messed up for Sunday because we're gonna go see Wicked, and I can't make a chicken in the movie theater.
No, I can knit. I could knit on a hat or a sock for sure.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna bring a movie sock, but I can't do the chicken, and it's a 3-hour movie. So,
Yeah.
what's your strategy?
My strategy is to like because I've got my girls is to try and block the day on when I like work on something, play with the girls, work on something, play with the girls. So they've got independent play and then chickening time. And I'm gonna try and reserve my night times for the harder parts. Like when I'm out and about with the girls, I'm gonna try and do like the triangles for the tummy because those are kind of like they're small enough. And then like to do the waddle and to do the comb and to do those easier bits. So I'm thinking that I can probably pull off 3 chickens at least for the whole week because I'm a much slower crocheter. Um, so my plan is to get all the triangles done because if I'm in a blitz at the end, I feel like I'll just lose steam if I'm like, oh, I got to do these tiny bits now.
Oh, I always start with the triangles.
Yeah. So my other strategy is to try and use a bunch of scrap yarn so that like every time I'm like, ooh, check it, get taking stuff off my spreadsheet. So like the progress feels like it's I don't know. You know, like that feeling of running downhill? I'm trying to like recreate that feeling of running downhill.
Well, I also feel like you're at the advantage because you like have your whole yarn
Mhm.
stash. Like I'm gonna pack plenty of like, of course I know I can borrow from you or dad, but like it's not the same, when I'm like, I need a quick beak color.
Yeah. You have to plan yours a lot more. I can go in mine a little bit more organically, but let's be real. Chaylee would plan anyway, and Gabs would not plan, regardless of the situation. Like you know that when there's like the chaos and the order, I'm always the chaos.
Yeah, and everyone's like, it's like the older sibling. I'm like, no, that girl is crazy. She's dirty. She messy. She don't listen.
But
So
I do read, unlike some people.
whatever. You had one thing. I had like 17 suspect things for you.
Most of them were like, I like to be alone, except suspect says they like to be alone, unless it means sitting with her sister. Shaylee, sometimes I think like, like when babies don't realize their mom is a separate person than themselves when it comes to crafting. Sometimes I don't think Shaylee thinks of me as a separate person. I'm just like an entity, like I'm part of her crafting. When she's like, I craft alone, I'm like, but you talk to me the whole time.
No, you talk the whole time. I
No,
have to listen to
when
you.
you're
You
like
never
making
stop
things.
talking.
Oh, always constant talking. That's why they call me Gabby.
Oh, you're such a dork. Okay, acquisitions, because we're
What'd
gonna
you
run
get?
out of time before your family comes home.
Ah, shoot. Okay.
Not me. I'm alone. A lone wolf. Ow! Ow,
Good.
ow,
Good, 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 good.
ow. Okay, I'm going first. I've decided.
All right, go.
So I got my November Yarnable, and it comes with this. I think I'm gonna give it to you. I'm gonna put it in your box because you love these things. It's one of those shower steamer
Oh,
things.
I do love those things.
Yeah, you love this. So
I
this is
do
for
love them.
Gabs. I also don't love the smell, so I don't
Oh,
want to have it.
what's its flavor?
Sweet pumpkin and cardamom with hints of rum, clove, and nutmeg.
Oh, like a pumpkin butt.
Yeah, like a pumpkin butt.
Excellent.
And then I also got this pin that says falling leaves yarn, please.
That's cute.
It's cute. I'll take the pin. And
Is
then
this from
also,
September?
no, this is November.
Oh, did that say September?
No.
The pin?
Yeah. Oh,
Okay.
yeah. She sent an email about that.
Oh, okay.
That she's like, it was a mistake, but they'd already printed and stuffed them all. And I was like, oh, yeah, girl, I don't care. And then this little bag
Cute.
that says the same thing. I really like the yarn though.
Let me
Like,
see.
she cute. So, I also like the name of the yarn because you know how I love a pun. I
I do.
love, I am easily sold on a good yarn that has a funny name. It's called Let's Get Basted.
That's
Isn't it
cute. I see
fun?
socks in it.
I do too, but I also think it might be a fun hat.
Oh, that's true too.
So I'm a huge fan of this one, super cute. And then I also got a bag. So we did the Erin Lane Bags mystery bag sale where it was like 15 bucks and you got a mystery bag. And I got a twofer, where it
Ooh.
has the split in it. And I can't remember what it's called, but it's the lady in the bathtub, but
Yeah,
the
it's like a
bubbles in her
spa
hair
thingy.
are yarn balls. So I think it's really cute. I liked it when she came out with the fabric. I just like didn't like it enough to pay full price, but I like it for $15.
Yeah,
Plus, I love the pink. This is like a great pink.
it is.
Your turn. Oh,
I
no, not your turn. Not
oh,
your turn. Not your turn. No, you go and then I'll do the fabrics.
okay. I also shopped the Erin Lane mystery bag sale. But one of them I can't show you because it's a gift. But I got this one. It is a medium zip top bag,
Cute.
which and it's the Boo beignets. So in my head, it's the beignets, but that's not what she calls it. So it's the Boo beignets. This side is like the big donuts on it. It's got like spider webs and stuff. And on the other side, it's like sprinkles and small donuts. It's got a little D-ring so you can hook it to stuff and it's just lined and it's a zipper bag. I liked it too. Just like Chaley, this was $39. I just didn't like it $39 worth.
Right.
So I liked it the $15 I spent on it, which was perfect. So that's where we are with that. She is doing small business shindig on the 30th and the 1st, next week, the week after. So we shop that. We also shop Hankmas, which is it's kind of like her experimental prototyping sale. And it runs for a few days. So I thought it was 12, but now I'm confused because she keeps getting like snowed in, and I can't tell, like, and she has like app problems with like her app and selling. I don't know what's going on, but it's a little confusing. All right. So, oh, and I also won a giveaway from Knit Socks for Sam. We will send stuff for them. I'm kind of collecting them instead of sending them one at a time because shipping. We won these two skeins of yarn. I know X
Oh,
dash. It is Moondrake. It's Moondrake Co. And this is sand and this is plum, and it's fancy. It is 80% superwash, 20% cashmere.
okay, bougie pants.
I know. They're yeah. But look at this absolutely insane sock pattern I got as well. I know. It's crazy. The color work is unreal.
It's beautiful, but it looks like a real pain.
It's called Rosita, and oh, it's by Heineke Design. They're Finnish. But my plan is to not do these as socks. And because the chart is big enough and my gauge is big enough, because I can't muck about with color work and my calf sizing, and I'm just like I'm gonna work so hard on them and I'm gonna hurl myself off something. So my plan is to make like a bomber jacket out of it and put the color work chart on the back of the bomber jacket, I
Like
think.
the sleeves, because that would be crazy, like tattoo sleeves.
Oh, that could be cool too. Maybe I'll do that. I was
That's
thinking,
the right gait, right? Your leg's about what you would do for like an arm.
yeah, maybe I do that, and then I could do like all over roses. My initial plan was to do the roses for the sleeves. It's still in its hatching phases because I really do want it to be mostly black because I want it to look like
Yeah.
um this, and then use this lovely purple as her flowers, and then the
Yeah.
cream for the bulk of it. But I think it's beautiful.
Yeah.
I looked up her designs. I was like, dang, buddy, dang. Like this, it's a paid for pattern, so I can't show you it, but this is how, look, this is how thick the pattern is.
Ooh, yeah. That's some
It
info.
is,
Yeah.
I think it's like 40 pages or something. I was like, I am not using this for socks. Like this is something that's going to be showcased. And I'm not in the headspace to do it, but I think it's beautiful. She's got lots of beautiful designs. She's got one for calaveras, which are like the sugar skulls. It's beautiful. She's got lots of beautiful work like that.
I have picked up some things for the shop, so I'll be bringing these up over Thanksgiving for the intern to work on to put into the shop. So we've got some new holiday fabrics, except not this one. So this one I bought because I thought Gabs would like it, and also I wanted it. It's cheese,
Oh, I love that.
and it says
Sweet, we're
things like
here.
"Swiss, you were here," or "Don't be blue," but like blue cheese, life is Gouda, be a little cheesy, and cheese the day.
I like it.
So I got this. It's a yard, so you could have enough to no. Oh, did I get it? I think I got half yards. I think I got half yards. And then because we're on a gnome kick, I got us gnome cookies.
Cute.
And then I love dinosaurs, so I had to get dinosaur Santas.
I did see that at Joanne.
And then because Gabs is into the gnomes, but also she's a little bit of a cyclist now as well. I got her some gnomes riding their bikes.
Oh, but they're like candy bikes. That's cute.
And then because we're your chicken sisters, I got you some Santa chickens.
Also cute. I like it a lot.
So stay tuned.
Oh yeah. I have not them. I don't have any updates for the shop. I will host a Black Friday sale that I will post probably on the start of the turkey trot. So the Black Friday sale will probably run the length of the turkey trot. I think that's it. Do we have other things
I
your
have a
winner?
giveaway winner to announce. So thank you all so much for your comments. They were actually so nice to read, especially as you all kind of like traced back where we've been. It's been a long journey to get us to 50 because we don't podcast that often. So this has been fun. But our winner is Sylvia W2022. Congratulations, Sylvia. If you can email us your shipping address, I'll get you your mystery pack of yarn and goodies. And you know I'm destashing, so you're gonna get a lot of yarn because makes it easy on me. So again, Sylvia W2022, congratulations. And I actually was thinking about the question that was posed to us about like what was our favorite thing to film. My favorite was actually the 2023 like wrap up one because it was like fun to like think about all the things that we did. I think that for me like started off this like tracking the projects and actually thinking about how much I made and then also getting to like hear the things that we were excited about.
My turn.
Yes.
I don't know what I can't tell. I'm not sure which one was my favorite thing to film. But I know my favorite thing, like my favorite final product and how it turned out was our little like knit, what is it, the knit for food little trailer. Like it was the
Ah,
shortest trailer, but I worked like it took me so hard, took me so long, and I worked so hard to like get it to look and turn out the way I wanted it to have that like intensity of like a reality show. So I was like, ah, this is turning out great. But
it's
I do
very
I think
Survivor.
yes, the survivor aspect and like the confessionals. Um, I do think I like that. I like when we do our challenges
Mm-hmm.
and how like YouTube has inspired us to keep doing challenges with each other because I think that's what makes us unique on YouTube that we're racing each other. Because I know a lot of content creators do it like how many can I make in 24 hours, but I haven't seen too many that like do it as a team.
Yeah, because I'm gonna whoop ya.
Yeah, Chaley thinks she's gonna win, which
Gonna
realistically
win.
realistically, yes, unless something goes sideways at work. So if there's like and then she has to like stay late or something like that, because that could happen because she's in charge of a bunch of college.
Freaking kids.
Yeah, she's a bunch of college students. So I think that like that might be I think I
My
have more
downfall.
consistent time. Yeah. Is that her job? Right. Or like if something goes awry with something else that she has, or something goes awry at her house, right? Like a lot of times, if I like husband and I, there's two of us. So if something goes awry, there's two of us to try and solve the problem where it's just Chaley.
You're
So
looking at it.
yeah, that there isn't like another person to help or anything like that. So I think that's if life intervenes with her, it'll cut down her time a lot more than it will mine if it's something minor. So we'll see. You can vote. You can comment below who you think is going to win. I'm going to tell you it's probably Chaley, but if if it's not, you'll never hear the end of it.
Yeah. I feel like that's why I feel so nervous is because she's such a butt when she wins.
And I don't win that often, right? Like it's not like
Yeah.
Chaley wins most of the challenges, so like nobody's surprised that it's like, all right.
It's a lot of pressure being a champion.
It is because it's easy to be the underdog, right? Because if you lose, nobody expects anything from you. But if you win, it's like,
Yeah, 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 yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
it's much better to be the underdog. But that's all right. We are gonna film it. So that'll probably be our next thing. And then we won't have another podcast because we'll have the turkey trot and then Chaley rolls right into Vlogmas.
Woo! Decorating starts today.
What's the rest of your shirt?
Oh, I'm glad you asked. This is my Merry Christmas shirt from Mace of Skeins, but instead of a tree, it's a skeiny yarn.
Oh, nice. I thought it was a pickle.
All right, thank you for
But I
that, Gabs.
but I could only see the top part, right? I didn't see the car bit. That's
And I've
exciting.
got my Christmas knitted socks on.
Ooh, excellent. And you have two advent calendars for Vlogmas?
It's well, you'll have to watch day 0 and see.
Have you filmed it?
No, because it's not day 0 yet. I try to get rid of you now so I can go film day 0. No. Yeah, I'm working on it. I had to get all the stuff out and then I found I have an ironing board. Well, 'cause it was behind the Christmas tree, even though I had asked Daddy to get me an ironing board for Christmas this year. So I had to call him and be like, don't buy me the ironing board because I found mine. He was like, good, because I forgot I was supposed to buy you one anyways.
Oh, you would have been big sad if you wanted one and then you
Where's
did.
my ironing board?
And yeah, Chaylee's like a big Christmas person. So when you like let her down, it's
Because then I look at you, no eye. But where's my toiletry bags?
oh yeah.
They're
I
never gonna
don't
buy
have
those for me until I was like, that's actually the thing I want. That's why it was number one on the list.
Yeah, Chaylee and I are doing a Christmas Eve box for each other, and we have done the most.
Oh, I
The-
have a skit prepared for yours.
You have a skit?
It's a little, no, maybe skit is a little too much. It's a little bit. I have a little bit.
I have
I
eight
I have to
packages.
bring props home.
I have 8 packages arriving in the mail for Chaylee's.
Well, I just keep finding stuff around my house that's unused, and I'm like, oh, Gabs would like this.
I also have a bunch of like stuff that I purchased for her in like July because it was on sale, and I'm like, this doesn't match the theme at all. So it's going. It,
That box is your box.
well, I had to put yours in the garage because it was taking up too much space in my craft room.
Yeah, because your garage has so much space.
Yeah, I made it a little spot on top of the freezer.
Oh, which one?
I know. For those people, I have 4 freezers.
Well, I think that's plenty.
Yeah, I feel like my family should be home soon.
Thanks so much for watching with us. Get ready for the next 50 of Gabs and Che.
It'll only take us like 4 years.
Okay, we'll see y'all next time. Bye bye.